Sometimes the right tool is what you have at your disposal, while other times you may not have the right tool at all, but you make do with what you have. As we've built up our base and our clock tower here, we've had decent tools. And as I was getting ready to start this channel, I also had decent tools. But there's always an upgrade. We've made do so far with what we have, and I think so far we've done a great job. But I think it's time to get these tools upgraded. We need to get enchanting setup going so we can create even bigger and better things. And would you look at that? It's the right time to get started. And I've realized I'm wildly unprepared for this, so we're going to go ahead and head back to the base, craft up some armor, grab some obsidian. We're also going to try to get some ender pearls. Part of what I'm planning is to get on the nether roof, because even in the nether we have a lot of blocks to travel. Obviously we will be exploring the nether at some point, but right now is not that time. We want to make sure we're a little bit more set up before we start doing that. So I'm going to grab what gold we have, and actually I'll cook this up as well. And we are finally going to craft some armor. So I'm going to start doing that. I'll catch you when we're all ready to go. While we're here, we might as well get some quartz. There's a few redstone things that I'd like to start working on in future episodes. Probably nothing today, but it'll be good to have. Oh, there we go. Here's one. Sorry, buddy. Let's see if we can get some ender pearls. Obsidian. We have plenty of that. This is what we want. Ooh! Dried gas? Awesome. Okay. That's great. That'll be fun and actually very useful for our next build too. Lots of spectral arrows. More spectral arrows. Some nether brick. Oh, we're getting to the last of it. Soul sand. There we go. Okay. Last. Yep, that was the last one. Perfect. Don't mind me, guys. I'm gonna leave you right here just in case I need to come back. Hello. Let's get this guy mad at us. There we go. Okay, we've got plenty of ender pearls now. Let me find a good spot for us to try to get up. And I think we are in business. First things first, let's break this portal to see if we can't try to link up to the one that we'll end up creating on the roof. Not totally sure if it's going to work right off the bat, but we'll see. Okay, we've hit bedrock here, so we just need to find a good spot. I think that might work. Alright, I think this block is our best bet, so let's grab our ladders. Get up there. Want to say like this. Alright, let's give this a try. Perfect. Easy. Alright, let's go ahead and craft another portal now and see if this won't get us where we need to go. We would like to still be linked up to the clock tower. I should have done this before I just placed all of this, but let me check the coordinates and get right above it so we can link up. So that's where we placed our portal. This would be a more ideal spot to place it, so I'm just going to do that. And we'll see if it links up. I won't make you watch me tear this one down. Okay, all done with that. Only cost me a couple minutes. So let's light this and see if we got lucky here. Okay. So now, question is, will we end up back on the nether roof? Yes. All right. Perfect. I am going to go grab our horse because I do not want to run all those blocks. It'll be much easier to bring our horse in, and maybe grab a few carpets too to prevent some spawning on top of those blocks there. So let's do those few things, then we'll be on our way. I'm realizing that I completely forgot the carpets, but yeah, I don't think there's much we can do about that. That's okay. It's not gonna be the death of us right now. We'll do it in the future. So we want to head to negative 1329, negative 945. So we got a bit of a ways to go. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little traveling, and when we're there, we'll catch back up. Hey, I think we are exactly where we need to be. Let's build this portal up and see if we end up in the right spot. Okay. Oh, right next to the Pal Garden as well. And there should be a river somewhere around here too. Now, being on top of that tree is not ideal. Let me grab a screenshot here so we can get back. I'm gonna start chopping some trees. I'm gonna quickly look for a sheep to see if we can get lucky, but I think we might be in danger right off the bat. I should have brought a bed, but I totally forgot. All good. We'll get it figured out. I'll start chopping some trees. I'll catch you guys after we have some resources. All right, the sun is coming up. We got a good amount of dark oak, 3 stacks, a little bit over 3 stacks. And we got enough saplings to take back home. Oh, and a few more on top of that. I do want to grab some of this pale oak, though I actually have never been in the pale oak forest biome. So we can go over there. No way. Okay, that is super lucky. Okay, we were gonna go down there when we're done, get some of that pale moss and also the green moss, some glowberries, maybe the azalea bush. We'll grab a little bit of everything because I mentioned the past couple episodes we do not. Hello. Okay. We do not have a lush cave anywhere near us. So I'm going to go build up to this pale oak forest, grab everything from there, and then we will head down. The pale oak trees are not being as kind with giving me saplings, but of course I just need to start recording and hitting. Yeah, I swear I've broken over a stack of these leaves and I've only gotten 1 sapling. Alright, I've got all the saplings I need. I don't need pale oak for anything in particular right now. It'll be great to have for future builds, and we got a couple more saplings waiting for us down here. Okay, I'm gonna head down into this cave and just grab what we need. We don't want to be too greedy. And as we're grabbing this, I just want to talk about the support on the last episode. Between the reintroduction video and the in episode 1, the support for everything has been just great, much better than I expected. Uh-oh. But last episode, the views really went up, and I hope we can maintain that. You know, people are starting to subscribe more, which has been great. Just super thankful to everybody who's been watching, and I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I've really enjoyed getting back into making these again. I knew that I wanted to, but until you actually sit down and you do it, I guess you can't be 100% sure that you're ready to do it again or that you even want to commit the time. But I can confidently say that so far I'm enjoying every second of it, and a lot of that is because of the people watching, all the positive feedback I've been getting. It's just been great. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to grab some of these glow berries, and then we are going to try to find some sugarcane out there. I didn't see any right along the river, but we'll see if we can't find some. All we need is 1 piece, 1 simple piece of sugarcane, so hopefully that's not too hard to find. Looks like sugarcane right there. Perfect. We're going to grab that, and we'll head back into the nether. We have everything we need, actually more than enough, and we'll be able to replicate most of what we grabbed at home. Let's hope our horse is nice and cozy in his little hole we made him. I'm going to climb back up here and we'll go check on him. Okay, back in the nether, our horse is right where we left him. So I call that a success. We're going to head back to our home base and start getting this stuff organized, maybe making a couple mini farms for these things, and then we can start on our build. All right, let's get back home. Let's take a nice nap, and then we'll start going over our plans for this episode. Okay, so we had talked about in the last episode needing an enchanting setup. So that is the plan for today, and every fantasy village needs a wizard in the mountains who looks over the town and has some mysterious story. So our enchanting setup will be built in a wizard's tower. It's going to be right about there. Because this is such an expansive area, it's going to be a lot easier to get around when we have Elytra, but I also want to make it accessible by horse and by foot, so that's the plan. We're going to go ahead and get some of our materials settled here. I also will not make the same mistake 3 times. I'm going to craft some leather boots so we can work up in those mountains, no problem. I was just going through my chest and I totally forgot we got a dried gas, so that's something else that we can do today. Throw him down somewhere back here. There we go. Make a nice hole for him, just so he's got some space, and we'll let him soak. Still looking a little sad right now. So I'm going to pop a squat and wait it out. There he is, our boy. Give him some snowballs as a welcome gift. I think he's just gonna hang around. We've got plenty more where that came from, so I'm gonna take a nap. Oh, he's so happy. I'm gonna take a nap to get this to daytime, and then we will get him all grown up. He will be a lot of help for this next build. Alright, a couple of things we need to get going. Earlier, or I should say last episode, when we fell into the snow and lost our horse, rest his soul, I grabbed a bunch of snow. So I should have, yeah, a ton of snow blocks here and some snowballs to help this guy grow up. So let's see if we can't feed him. Not sure how many it takes to get him fully grown. It's too bad. I like the way he looks now. I do like the design of the happy gas, but it'd be cool if they could stay that. So, oh, well, I guess I didn't need to put these out there. Hello. We just made a white harness for now, but one thing I'm not going to forget, leather boots, so we can work up in the snow, because we are going to be heading up to that mountain. Let's throw those on. Let's get this in our first slot. Let's see if we can't get him to come to us, or we'll just have to go chase him. There we go. So let's head up slowly but surely. So as the sun sets, we're kind of approaching where I want to start this build. And the tower itself is going to be right over here, actually. Right in this little clearing. We're going to clear it out a little bit, make a path up to it. But the plan will be to have it right here, looking down over our town. And of course, this will be where our enchantment setup is. So at the end of the episode, we'll see what kind of enchantments we can get on our tools. And that way we can start collecting our resources a little quicker, allowing us to build bigger and better things. So I'm going to gather the resources needed for the build. We'll get set up there and we'll get started. Okay, we've got just about everything we need. This chest is completely full. I do need to make a couple more things, including our enchanting table and all of our bookshelves, which I do believe we've got enough wood for. We don't have enough books. Right. Okay. We'll have to do some more, get some more sugarcane there. And then we'll do our enchanting table as well. We also need a little bit more iron. I wanted an anvil for up in our enchanting room as well. So once I get that last bit of leather, those bookshelves, that paper, we will go ahead and start making our way up to the spot and we'll get building. One thing this episode will 100% bring is our storage system. This is getting a little out of hand, and it's when you've got all these chests scattered around like this, it makes it just harder to accumulate the blocks that you need. So that is what we'll be doing next week. We'll also be connecting up some of our builds to pathing out our village a little bit. This should be enough for our anvil. Yes, it is. Go ahead and make that real quick. I think that's the last of it. We're gonna start building. I'll let the sugarcane grow as we're doing so. So let's go ahead and hop on our happy gas and we'll take a little trip up to the mountain. All right, we're gonna fill the inventory up, take a few trips up there, and let's go. Super fun build. Definitely a little out of my comfort zone. Start working on the shading of the build itself, focusing on the light kind of coming where the sun passes over the tower. It's my first time doing anything like that, but I like how it turned out. The roofs themselves also were a little different, especially at the very top, kind of having the four smaller roofs meet up to the center spire was a different building technique than I'm usually used to, but again, I think it turned out great. I'm really happy with the build, and it'll help us get where we want to go with getting that right tool for the job with our enchanting setup. Let me know in the comments times where you've had to compromise when you don't quite have the right tool. I know for me, one of my main hobbies is woodworking, and I drive an SUV, so I don't have that big truck to haul wood around, but I make do with what I have. We've made do with our tools, but I think it's time for an upgrade. Get some efficiency, some unbreaking, so they can last us a little longer. Alright, with the wizard tower in the distance, we've got just about everything we need to get enchanting. I just need to craft up our enchantment table. We've got the last two bookshelves that we need. We'll take this stuff with us in case we want to craft any tools while we're up there. We've got enough for 2 level 3 enchantments, so maybe we'll do sword and our pickaxe. I'll grab some sticks, hop on the horse because my happy gas is just way too slow for me, and we'll make our way over there. All right, I haven't showed off the inside yet. There's a little bit more decorating I want to do, but in general, I just wanted it to kind of look like a collection of things, a little overgrown. This will eventually be a bubble column, but we have yet to be near an ocean, so I don't have the kelp to make those source blocks. But coming up here, looking up into the tower, and then this, of course, is where our enchantment table will go. And that should get us where we need to go. Efficiency 4, that's a great first enchantment. So let's take that and hope we get Unbreaking for sure. Silk Touch or Fortune would obviously be great. Okay, Fortune 3, Efficiency 4. That is about as good as we can get. I would have loved Unbreaking, but no big deal. I think I'm going to do another pickaxe. I really want Silk Touch. Well, I guess we're going to risk it. Okay, well, not great. We'll combine those two, I think. That's all right. Efficiency 5, Fortune 3, not too bad. We're going to work on some villagers in a future episode, but next episode we are going to work on our storage facility so then we can start creating some more farms to be able to house more resources so we can build bigger and better things. I'm super happy with how this turned out. But overall, I'm proud of it, and it's functional, which is great. A lot more enchanting in the future. And as I mentioned, next week we'll work on our storage facility, and we'll work on paths as well. So we'll have a multi-tiered episode. But until then, that's all I have for today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out. Until next time.